everybody, welcome back to Mel's Board Game Room. And today I have my friend Kayla with me. A couple of years ago, our friend Travis, decided to put his top 100 list together, and I kind of manhandled him into doing a top 100 recording with me. And this year, I didn't even wait for Kayla to put a list together, and I was like, hey, Kayla, wanna? And we're actually going to be doing a top 100 of all the games that we played in 2025. Off the top of your head, do you know how many you played?
Yes, I think I played 201 because I had 418 plays, and I think I just hit over 200 plays, like different games.
I think I was I was 613 plays, and it was funny because the year before I was 613 plays as well.
Yeah, I remember I was listening to that on the podcast, and I was like, that is impressive, especially because you were surprised, so you weren't like, I'm at 600, I need to make it to the same.
I was like, maybe I have the wrong year, let me check, but no, and then I've played 353 different games, so that's what my list is kind of coming from, but yeah, I like, because it's not like somebody tries to reach, I want to reach exactly 613, like that's not a number you pick. But
I don't know, maybe it's your favorite number.
Here we are. Here we are. All right, so we're going to be doing this. There's going to be 10 episodes because to go from 100 all the way to the number one game. We were just talking before the beginning of this too. Some of these games have been a long time. And some of these games, like we remember we enjoyed it, but we may not remember everything about it. So we'll talk about them best we can.
I think we'll get more excited as we go on.
Oh yeah, when you get to then it gets like the really good stuff. Yeah. How did you put your list together?
I use PubMeeple.
Yeah, so it gets a lot of work to do, but it's so much easier than trying to come up with the list.
Oh yeah, because I just took what I played, popped it in there, and then just did the comparison.
I remember when Travis did the list, and I was like, well, how are you doing it? And he had a bunch of piece of paper on his table. I was like, why don't you use PubMeeple? So you use PubMeeple as his number one game changed.
It was a weird one too, wasn't it? It was he did not expect that at all.
Yeah, it was funny. I don't really remember what it was now. I'd have to go back, but
because he had 5 tribes on there too, and he was like, I don't even like 5 tribes. But it was in his top 100.
And he still was like, okay, I want to try it again. And he tried it again. And he's like, I think he's like third try now. And he's like, I don't think I like it. I think he's just playing it wrong. The one time, like,
that must be it.
That must be it. Well, because he played it again, it's like they started it like nearly midnight. It's like you don't start 5 tribes at midnight.
No.
Yeah. You do flip 7 at midnight. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, we're going to get started with our presentation here. So I've got the list here. Now, you're saying you have the list in front of you. I don't have the list in front of me. It's going to be a surprise. So let's go, though. So in top 100 position, and we're going to start with you. So your number pressure. 100 is... Yeah, no pressure. So you have Panda Panda.
Yeah, so this one actually we played just actually a couple weeks ago around the holiday season. It was yourself and me and Carla. And yeah, you brought this one out, and I really like the artwork on it. It's so cute. So each player, you start with like the little player aid, which if you're watching it on video, it's in the far right corner there.
They're going to watch it on video because I'm only watching this on YouTube.
Oh, fair enough. So everybody's watching it on YouTube. No driving to work and listening to this episode. Fine. Just leave us people that are your big supporters out, Mel. Whatever. Anyways, so that on the right hand side there, it shows you what the winning conditions are, and then everyone's dealt 5 cards, and they're labeled A through G. Mm-hmm. And then what you'll do is you'll check your hand to see if you have a winning condition, which with 5 cards, I looked it up. I think you have to have all Ds. And then it kind of changes depending on the number of cards you have. So on your turn, you'll either draw a card from the center deck, or you can draw a card from other players' discard pile, or you can discard a card. So you're either drawing cards to increase your hand or discarding cards to reduce your hand size in order to meet those win conditions. And so you'll keep going through, and then if you get the one of the win conditions at the start of your turn, then we didn't do this. You're supposed to go Panda Panda.
We just said,
I didn't. Yeah, exactly. It's like, oh, I got it. Yeah, but apparently you're supposed to go Panda Panda. But the artwork is like super cute. I love the watercolor and the cute little pandas on there. So
cute.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's an interesting game because you got to draw to get the correct game, but then you probably have to discard to get down to what you need. Like it was an interesting balance.
Yeah, and like, I'd like to play it again too because it was I felt like I did okay at it, and usually you like games that you win, so I think I did win because I think we played it two times at least, maybe three, and yeah, it was interesting because you could tell when people were starting to discard, but you don't know if they're gonna like discard down to 4 and then win, or 3 and then win, or they're down to 2 and so you don't know when they're gonna go out, and you're trying to do your thing, but you don't want them to, but there's not much you can do to hinder another player other than don't put down what they need.
Well, discarding the A forces everybody to switch a card to the player. So you could be like, great, I have the winning condition. Somebody discards an A, it's like, you piece of and then you slide a card over, and then you pick up, okay, good, it's the card I needed, or it's not at all.
Yeah.
So, because Lee found that, he's like, that is so frustrating. He's like, I had it, and you took it away. But yeah, no, it's a super cute game. I was impressed for like how small and how simple of a game it is, how satisfying it was to play.
Yeah, and it's like this big, like it's like tiny. It's just the card box.
Yeah, it's an all play like their mini games. So yeah, no, good pick.
Okay.
So is it number 100? My number 100, I don't remember. So it is Railroad Tiles. I played this at Card Treat. I've only played it the one time, and I think we ended up playing it twice in a row. So had I played it more or whatever, I might have make it higher on my list. But I thought this one was kind of interesting because you're matching streets to streets and railroads to railroads, and then you're placing cars and trains and like people on your map, and depending on where they are, they're going to score. But you're trying to create like a long line as long as you can as well. And it was just because like some was cities, some was like what the area would kind of affect as well. But it seems to me like there was a lot of different way of playing this one. Like there was a lot to this box, and you could change. I don't know if you added extra tiles. I think it was added extra tiles because I think we played with zoos or farms as well, like the second game. So like it adds extra to it. But I'm such a I'm enjoying the base game. Don't give me too much. Right? So I think that might have been like, okay, let's play some more with this now. And there's just like, okay, like what? But it was like the component were super cute. The play was definitely satisfying, and you're trying to kind of arrange, and it's satisfying to kind of build your map. Those type of game where you're like, it was like, and it's so frustrating when things don't line up but it was cool because you're trying to create like the long loops and stuff, but you count from like station or to station, and it was interesting.
And everybody's playing on this one board. So like if we're looking at this, like there's the red player, blue player, yellow player.
No, this is my own board.
Oh, why do you have so many train colors?
Well, because the trains are yellow, the cars are blue, and your people are red. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, okay. So that makes sense why the red player is if you're watching YouTube but only listening to YouTube, there's a little red player that's in a little garden area that's not on the track. So I was like, why is your train derailed? But that makes sense.
Yeah, because they didn't go. Yeah, you don't put your people in the middle of the road. That's dangerous. But yeah, so everybody builds their own maps, and then at the end you kind of score and then see who scored the best. So, but yeah, no, it was really interesting. And seems to me like it was like a drafting tile and depending on which tile you drafted, it kind of created the order of what you would draft the next round as well. So it was neat. I enjoyed this one. I definitely would need to play it again because I would have to relearn it all over again. But the big box thing with all the expansion, I don't think that's something I would try to get for myself. Just knowing me, I'm not like I don't play a game so often enough that I would play this multiple times.
Right. Enough
that warrants having all the expansions. But that was my number 100 railroad tiles. Nice.
I love the artwork on the box. It seems a little bit different than the actual.
Skip ahead a bit there. Mm. All right, 99, and we're back at you again. So you're number 99.
Oh, it matches what I have. Amazing. Okay, so yeah, my number 99 is my favorite things. So this one we played for Ashley's birthday last January, so actually kind of like this time last year. And this year I did a lot of, like in 2025, I did a lot of trick-taking games because I sucked at them. But I really liked, the brain scratchiness of them. So I wanted to get better at them. And I really liked this one because it was kind of you could kind of sink into it a little bit because, what happens is at the start of the round, you're going to get a theme. So I'm going to have no idea what any of those are, but I would say maybe
this example is bad just because that's the picture I found that was because we didn't take pictures when we played it. Me and Carla gave me the card and we had vegetables, which was
vegetables are like, I don't know, like different wizards, for example. So like if you have like Merlin and Gandalf and Dumbledore and Doctor Strange and different things like that. So if I'm listing all of those as my favorite wizards, then you would have to I would rank them, and it's hidden what my rank is. And then you're going to play the trick-taking game after we deal out the hand, based on what you think I would rank them. So if I'm the color orange in this video, and that's mine, and let's say they're, from left to right is 1 through 5, then you're going to play the trick-taking game with that. And it's like kind of a little chaotic because you're like trying to think, because in some ways it's a little bit random, right? Because like wizards, like when have we ever talked about your favorite wizard, Mel? Like I have no idea.
Carla had no idea which vegetable I enjoyed and which one I didn't either. So.
Wasn't it Brussels sprouts or something?
Well, Brussels sprouts are amazing.
Yeah, that was, see, now I remember that random fact about you, that you really like Brussels sprouts.
But you know what, that's what I would like about this game, because you really kind of discover really unknown stuff about the people you play with.
Definitely, yeah. So if you're losing the game, at least you're winning because you're learning things about your friends.
Yeah, and then there was like one that was like a negative, something that you don't like.
Yeah, yes. Right, yeah, and I think she thought Brussels sprouts was your dislike.
My negative,
one.
and she thought beets was going to be in my plus. And it's not that I don't like the taste of beets. I didn't like how they stay in my mashed potatoes when I was a kid, so I kind of never made my peace with them.
They taste fine. They just wreck my mashed potatoes.
Yeah, it's a problem.
Yeah,
but it's cool because like you're playing the hand. Like the cards of another player. So you don't know for sure what the order is. You kind of try, and if you're playing a trick taking game with that, having no idea really what the true value of your cards are.
Yeah.
But,
so it's like, was it Xylatar, like the one with the little panda bear on it, meets your friends.
Right. Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's an interesting game for sure. It's a little fidgety because you have to prep the card before you can play the trick taking game. So there is that aspect to it, and then you have like the sleeves so that they don't rub off, but yeah, no, it's a neat, interesting game.
Yeah. I think Carla said it was like somewhere, like it was a more of an Eastern game, like it was a like East Asia game that originally. So I can't remember what she said it was originally called, but I also just like, I always think of the Sound of Music song when I see this game too. So that Julie Andrews sings.
Nice.
Yeah. Whiskers on kittens and things.
Nice. I can't say that happened for me. That never crossed my mind till just now.
Really?
At all.
Oh.
All right. So that was your number 99. My number 99 is, and let's go have a look all together, Impact Battle of Element. Now, the Impact Battle of Element pretty much is the exact same game as Strike, if you've ever played that one. But you have one dice, and like you play with the box. So you open the box, there's like a little arena thing in there with like a foam pad in the bottom, and you're gonna roll one dice into it, and it's gonna have some sort of elements. Then on your turn, you're gonna roll a dice and you're gonna roll it in there. And then if you have a match of elements, then you get to pick those up. Now, if you don't have a match yet, you can keep going. It's kind of a bit of a push your luck, and you can keep rolling. If you ever roll a blank, that dice is discarded and gone forever. If you roll a match and then you have like 2 water drops, then you get to take those dice and you put them back in your hand. If you ever roll so that you've collected everything and there's nothing left in the box, then the next person has to roll all of their dice and hope they have a match or a couple of match so that they can take some of those dice back. Because if you ever run out of dice, you're eliminated. So it's an elimination game, and you keep going until you're down to 1. Now, you can play with advanced rules where each element have like a special ability. I've never played it that way yet. Like, we're just so satisfied playing it just the regular way that we never even looked into it. And in fact, I don't think I knew that was happening until Carla told me. And she was like, oh yeah, and you have all these special abilities. I'm like, what? So we never played it that way. But this is one that is so easy to get to the table. If you have like non-gamers that's not really into board games, they will enjoy this one normally. So with my kids, it's one that goes over easy all the time, and it's super easy to teach and play. So Impact Battle of Element, that is my number 99. Have you played this one?
No, I've never even heard of this one, actually.
You've heard of Strike, though, right?
Is that the bowling one?
No.
Then no, I've not heard of Strike either.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, we'll have to play it sometime. It's a good one.
Yeah.
All right. So you're number 98.
All right. So my number 98 is Gnome Hollow. So again, you introduced me to this one here. I think we just had a game day, just the 2 of us. I don't remember when that was, but so it's a tile laying game about building a magical little gnome garden. And so on your turn, you're going to get a little hex
like mushroom fairy rings, right?
Yes, yeah. So it's like a little hex tile, and you get that from like a shared market, and then you place it into the garden, and you're trying to get them to kind of connect up, and you want different sizes of little mushroom rings. And then you collect once you complete those. So you get a reward, and I think you score at that time as well. So you move your gnomes to take the actions, and then these actions You get like flowers and you get treasures, and then there's like a little marketplace that you can go in to as well. That was in the center there was like a big, I remember there was a big a log, like a cut log that you could go in the center. Yeah,
because you can sell the mushrooms as you collect them. Of course, the more you have, the more points you can get for mushrooms, and some of them are more rares than others.
Yeah, and I remember them being like kind of like the train game, right? Where like some of them have a curve in them, and so you get a curve. And I like took too big starting out right away, so I had this huge mushroom ring, and like trying to close it, and Mel's just like points and points and at the market buying stuff, and I'm just like, I haven't even closed my mushroom, like my little one ring yet.
Because the biggest you can go, I think, is like 7 tiles. So the moment you go above that, you don't score anymore. Like it's 7 or more gives you like that. So Carla did the same thing when we played with her. So I think it's a beginner's mistake. Because you get so caught up. Mind you, once you do close it, you get to collect quite a bit more mushrooms for it, because there's going to be all sorts of mushrooms in that ring. But yeah. Now, one thing that's really cool with this one is the board is magnetic. So
I forgot about that.
Yeah, they all like stick in place, and then you move them, and it's just like you don't accidentally bump anything out of the way. Like, I think that's so clever, and I wish more and more games would start doing that. But yeah, that's where this like stands out for me. It's like, oh yeah, the one with the magnetic board.
Yeah, and then you have like your own little player board, and I remember there being kind of something clever with the mechanisms on that, but I couldn't quite recall how that worked. But there's
because every time you complete a ring, you get to move a token down into the column of the size of the ring you've created. So if I did like five tile ring that I completed, then I get to put my token in one of those. But depending on which one you pick, which kind of bonus you get. And it could be that it gives you extra mushroom, or give you an extra flower pot, or maybe it'll give you the ability to put like it's like a little sign in the thing, where if you go and visit that sign, you can kind of collect that special bonus again. So it's just different things that you can do depending on what you select.
And is there a little bit of like set collection in this too? Because I felt like you needed like certain kinds of flowers or something.
Well, so you try to collect one of each type of flower pots that there's available.
Right. Okay.
And it can, but every time you add one, it increases your score. So if you fill it all the way up, you're going to score 25. If you place all of the ring tokens out, then you're going to score 25 points for that. Plus, every time you sell your mushrooms to the market, you're going to collect treasures that have point values, and that's going to get added to your total value as well. So there's a couple different things that kind of contributes towards your score. But yeah, no, it's a cute game.
Yeah, it was. I really liked it. It was really cute, and I definitely, I remember really liking that sideboard, but I couldn't really recall it very well, and that was the part that I'm like, I really want to try that again, and then maybe not build such a giant little ring to start.
Yeah, well, you don't want to make, because once you do the 3 ring, there's only one spot for that, so then you want to try to get bigger, because you can run out of spots. But yeah, no, going above 8 or above, like there's no point. I think like you were at 12 or something. So.
It was a little ridiculous.
All right, so that was your number 98, Gnome Hollow.
Yeah.
My number 98 is Catan. Catan is one that I will revisit at least once a year. Lee loves it. This is still a game that I like to introduce non-gamers to. It's just one that goes over so well, because it is so satisfying to kind of be like, okay, where am I? And you roll the dice. Okay, come on, I need a 5. I need a 5. I need a 5. It's like, that's a 7. Oh man, the robber moves, whatever, right? So, but placing the roads, placing your thing, like it's just the resource collection, the trading. There's just so much good stuff that goes with this game. Catan is a really good game. I think a lot of board gamers have overplayed this and they're just done with it. I don't enjoy playing this with my siblings anymore because I'll move the robbers. Like, how come you're stealing from me right away? And then it's like we get bickering. Like we're too close to play this game, and it's just a fight. It's like, don't trade with Melanie. It's like, are you for real? So it's we get childish. So, but most of the time, I really enjoy Catan, and it's one that I enjoy to bring out. And I say we'll bring it out at least once a year. And I think this one still deserves to be in the top 100.
So I have an interesting question for you.
Okay.
So the pandemic, right? Like the OG pandemic, that was also like a gateway game for a lot of people. And I think the like legit pandemic that we had kind of killed it. And so they did a reskin, I think, with the new Lord of the Rings theme. And now everybody's like playing it and they love this game. And to me, I'm like, what's pandemic with a Lord of the Rings theme? But I have not pulled my pandemic copy out in more than 5 years. So I'm interested if they were to do like a reskin with like slight changes in mechanics for Catan. Do you think? Oh yeah, no, that's fair.
Plunder is very much like Catan.
Yeah. Do you think if they did like you're a fan of IP stuff, do you think if they did like an IP one that it would like have the same kind of impact to bring people in?
You're talking to the person who owns 5 different pandemic. Yes, reskin me Catan and I will be getting it. No problem. Catan of Acme, I'm all over it. But yeah, and then it's funny because you're saying that with pandemic. During the pandemic is when I wanted to play pandemic the most.
Oh man,
I was the opposite. I was like, okay, quick. But you know, I'm like that all the time. Like we'll watch a movie and then we'll be like, okay, now let's go play the themed game, and we like make it all themed, right? Like it's like there was like a tornado back in my old, like where I used to live in Disbury. You know, like, let's watch Twister. So. That's just me.
Oh man.
Luckily for me, legal along with it is okay.
Okay.
But like for Christmas, we did like Grinch spaghetti. Okay, let's do Grinch spaghetti. The next day, Grinch pancake. Let's watch the Grinch. Like we had a whole Grinch weekend. So, yeah. Nice. All right, so
that's
Catan.
awesome.
OG, that was my number 98. Then in number 7 position, back to you, Kayla.
97. So my number 97 is Bohnanza Dahlias. I know you've talked quite a bit.
It's actually behind you.
Yes, yeah, it is. It's right here. Right there. So you've talked quite a bit about the OG Bohnanza. And I actually have a local gaming crew here that is full of older women in the community. And so I've been teaching them some games, and I thought that this reskin would be something that they were really interested in. And it actually, they really, really did enjoy it. So just like in the what I call the bean game, or OG Bohnanza, it has flowers instead of beans. So each player, you can have 2 max 3 fields of flowers in front of you, or planters, or whatever they call it in this one. But in the bean game, it was fields, so I'm going to call it fields in this one. So you have a hand of cards, and however it's dealt to you, you can't actually change the order of them at all. So whatever's there, you can't change them out. So on your turn, you must plant the first card in your hand, and if you're able to, you can plant the second one as well, but it has to be able to go into the field based on what's there. So you'll plant at least 1 card without reordering it, and then after planting, you're going to reveal 2 cards from the draw deck, and you're going to trade with other players. So that's kind of the heart of the game of like, well, I have, one moon fire. I don't know the names of dahlias. I could tell you the beans, but yeah. So I have one moonfire. Will you trade me for one of these giant pink fluffy ones? And so you kind of go on trading, and like you can see what's in front of the other players, so you can see the advantage that you're giving them. And then you can take those cards and trade. So and then the other part of it is harvesting the fields. So when you harvest the fields, there's like depending on how many you have, so it's like a set collection. So if you have, of the more rare ones, let's say you have 3 of those, so that means you score all 3 points, versus the more common ones, if you have 5 of them, you get 2 points. That's, arbitrary, but yeah. So then you score them, and then the person at the end with the most coins wins. So yeah, it's really pretty, actually. The one thing I will say that I'm a little disappointed about this one, in the original Bohnanza, it does have a 2-player variant. And in this one, it doesn't actually explain the 2-player variant. You can play it with the 2-player variant, but you'd have to look it up in Bohnanza.
Right.
Yeah. So there's really nothing different at all. I was a little surprised because the box on it does say, it does say 3 to 5 players. But it does not have the 2-player variant in it, which I was so shocked about. So, yeah.
Because we've played Bohnanza 2-player. I don't even know what the 2-player variant changes, like 3 fields instead of 2.
The big part is the auctioning. I think, like the trading, that changes when you're doing that. So it's how you trade.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, now this one is great, and if you like Bohnanza, you're gonna love this one. So just pick whichever theme and look that you prefer, because it does play the same. I like the comical of Bohnanza. I love the pretty of Dahlia, and I'm gonna keep both anyways. So yeah.
Good. Yeah, I think it just kind of depends on who you're playing with, for sure. Like what you think that they're gonna like that you can pull out. So yeah, no, it's a good one. Yes. What's your number 97?
My number 97 is, hold on, I got it. Oh, Chronicles of Crime. Now, Chronicles of Crime would be way up there for me. But I didn't play Chronicles of Crime this year. I played Chronicles of Crime 2400. And it's really good still. Like, I really enjoyed it. I only played the one game by myself. But what's really interesting with this version compared to the other, because each, like, there's the 1400, there's the 1900 or whatever. Like, there's the different variation that you can play. What's different with this one is it's futuristic. And you can go and interview people out in different location, or you can go and interview people on their digital side. Like where you go into like a VR world, and then you're going to go and connect with them there. And sometimes you'll be able to talk to some just in their VR. Some will have like both, but they'll share more in one than the other. And there's like the whole virtual aspect of the crimes as well that you got to consider also. And there's like some of the characters are cyborgs and stuff like that as well. So it has a very interesting futuristic theme. My one kid lives on VR, so I think that this version would appeal to him quite a bit more. And that was, I didn't even show the picture. So this is one I had played. And this was just a picture of the tutorial that I did. The tutorial of the first game, I can't remember, but look, I did 120 out of 100, so I did pretty good. But this is like Chronicles of Crime, where you will connect with people. You scan the QR code and be like, hey, you're connecting to them. What do you want to ask them about? And you can be like, okay, well, let me go and ask about the victim. So then you're going to scan the victim's QR code to show that this is what you're asking them about. And they'll tell you things, or I don't know about that. And then you can like scan document. Well, what do you know about this document? And then they'll tell you more things about it. So it was really interesting. And then the whole sci-fi futuristic aspect to it, kind of give it an interesting spin compared to the other Chronicles of Crimes. But yeah, that was my number 97, Chronicles of Crime 2400.
Nice. Yeah, I've tried the Chronicles of Crime. I'm trying to think. I think it might have been a 1900 with you, Bailey, and I played it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this theme looks interesting. Good pick.
Yeah, no, it was neat. All right, so now we're at number 96, and your pick for this one, Kayla, was...
My number 96, is Lure. So, we played this one, I think, a lot towards the end of 2024 and into the beginning of 2025 because there was a little expansion that came out. We played this one quite a bit, and it's a dice-based fishing game. And that's a great picture there. So it has, you have this little divider that kind of shields your picks, because what you have is you have a set of dice and they're all different sides. So you have like a D20. I think you have a couple D6s. I think there's a D10 in there. And then it's not like a full like D&D set, but it's a little bit random. There, I'm trying to look at the picture. I think
because there's quite a bit more D6 than anything.
Yeah, but I feel like I think there's a D10 and a D. Maybe it's not a D20. Maybe it's a D12.
D20.
It's a D20. Okay. Yeah. Anyways.
Well, because that pink dice says 19, so.
Oh, perfect. Okay, I had D20 in my head, but then I was looking and I'm like, I can't really tell. Maybe that's not a 10 or a 20. So essentially what's going to happen is you're going to have this fish that comes out, and it'll tell you the conditions that you need to meet. So what's going to happen is you're going to choose how many dice that you want to use this round. So it's a simultaneous thing as the fish comes out. We're all in our fishing boats and we're all trying to catch the same fish. And so you're going to, choose what you're going to put out for the dice. And obviously the more dice that you put out, the better chance that you have of catching the fish. And then everyone reveals your dice at the same time, and then you're going to compare your totals with the target on the fish, and then whoever's closest catches the fish and scores those points. Now, the other part of it too is you have these little tokens that you can get, and they can and you have to commit them. I think you have to commit them before everybody kind of shows things. You have to say, I might have to use this, but it's after you roll your dice.
Isn't it? Like, tokens, so you can add to the roll.
And they have ways that you can modify the dice, so it's not like pure random chance. So you can, plus or minus. And there's a few other things that I think they can do. And then the other important part of like when you choose dice is that they have to rest, I think, for one round before you get them back. So that's a big part of committing, because you're just like, oh, well, why wouldn't you just like roll all the dice? And I don't think you can, like, you can't go over what the fish wants. You can't bust.
Well, there's also that the first, whoever has the least number of dice pick first, right?
That's what it is. Yes, that's what it is. Yeah, that's what it is. It's because I was like, I feel like I went over quite a few times. Yes, so it's not the bust. It's depending on the number of dice, the person that has the fewest gets to,
And then it could be that it's finally your turn and all the fish got picked. And you end up with nothing all gone.
But if that happens, that's how you gain those little baits.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's, you just kind of keep going, and then you go through all the fish, and I don't know, there's not a lot of fishing games out there, and I like fishing. I had fly fishing, which was like a roll and write, and it's kind of hard to get to the table, because the rules are not stellar, but this one here is just really quick to get to the table. And it's cute, and it has different dice. Everybody loves having different dice. And if you're Carla, they should have little fish on them so that it's even more exciting to have the dice.
Right, so there.
So they're
She
custom.
has a thing for custom dice, yes.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, this game was very satisfying. I bought it after we played it at Carla's because it's just a nice dice chucking game is just so satisfying. All right. My number 96 is Positano. And I want this game. It was so good. I played it at FallCon. My friend Dave was there and he had a review copy that he had there. And the game looks fantastic. So you have these components that fits into each other like Lego blocks, basically. And from my understanding is that when they were designing this, they designed it using Duplo blocks. And that's how they built their prototype. And you have this like 4-tiered board. And this is based on the city of Positano, which is like on the cliff's edge. So as it goes up the side, like they're a bit higher. And it's all about having like the best view. So as like you have your player color and you're playing your color, but you're going to be bidding on the location of where you're going to build, how much you're going to build up there, when you're going to put a roof on it. And then when you put a roof on it, that kind of ends it. You can no longer go anymore. But then the different colored roof is going to be like, I think it's part of like the multiplier. But then you get to score based on what is showing from the front. So there's a lot of value being in the front row because nothing's going to block you there. Right. And you don't want to block yourself by yourself, right? Like because you're trying to get as much kind of showing. The whole thing was just so satisfying. And it was like, it's one of those where you got these different things that you're drafting from. And like, so being like the drafting order makes a big difference because one is going to be which location you'll be able to build on this round. And then the other one is like how many blocks you'll get to collect and then which roof you can put on. And then you're drafting all of these and there's like, okay, but if you're concentrating, I want a lot of blocks and you're kind of concentrating on the blocks and you might get gypped on the roof or different things like that. It was just so beautiful to play. First of all, like the whole chunky aspect of it, like the components are super satisfying to play with. And then the neat puzzly aspect to it was super cool. So yes, this is on my wish list now, and that's Positano.
Yeah, is it out yet? I've not heard of this one.
I think it is. I've seen it on, on Amazon, I think. And it was quite a bit on Amazon. So I think it is out now, maybe just recently out. But it's one that I'm keeping an eye out for.
And then is it kind of like, oh shoot, I had it and now it's gone. The Santorini? Like where they kind of stack, like,
Yeah, it stacks like Santorini. But it plays completely different.
Right, yes. No, I didn't realize, like, when you said they had Duplo box, and I was like, oh, okay, yeah, they're different sizes, but, so each of those,
so you stack them on top, like, they fit like Legos.
Yeah, so if you go back to the other picture, like, there's the yellow one that's on the bottom one, and that's, like, just a single level, but then if you look at the yellow one in the back, it's
2 pieces.
Right.
Yeah, that one has 5 pieces. So it's the piece you put on top of each other. You fit them into each other. And one thing I want to point out is they fit into each other well. You're not going to actually knock them off and they're going to fall off. They fit
it's
like a Lego, like you click on.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
I'm sorry, Carla. I'm not digging at you I'm not stealing your spot and digging at you.
But she does. She knocks things around all the time. She knows this. It's no surprise.
Yes. Yeah.
All right, so that was my number 96, Positano.
Excellent.
And then we'll go to number 95, and your number 95 is
Viticulture. Okay, so I own this one, and I really would like to play it more. I love the theme. You're making wine in Tuscany. And I know Carla talks a lot about it. She loves this one, and she often invites me to play on BGA. I need to play it more on the table first because, yeah, for the last couple times, I figured it out now, but on BGA, I could not figure out. You play through, it's divided into years, and each year has seasons to it.
Because depending if you have like an expansion or not, like it's the base game, the Essential Edition is divided between 2 seasons. So I think it's like
between winter and summer. Yeah, and that's the one I have, which I think is the Essential Edition. So it divided into the winter, summer and winter, and on BGA I could not figure out because I thought pass on BGA meant that I was passing on my turn. Like, I just don't want to play, but I forgot that passing is how you move to winter, so I just kept playing in the summer over and over.
So you get to winter and have like nothing left.
Yeah, and I was like, what's going on? And then it would just skip my winter phase, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong? Because in the summer, you're going to place your workers to, like, plant vines and build up all these structures that help you do more with your winemaking, and then you're going to, attract visitors by drawing visitor cards and giving tours through your vineyard. And then in the winter rather, then that's when you're going to be like making the wine and doing tastings and things. Yeah, and I could not for the life of me get that to happen. So you can imagine Carla's like lapping me in points, and I'm just like, why am I not getting any points?
That would do it for sure.
Yeah, and then they have the
decision because you want to do this stuff in the summer, but it's like, wait, I gotta reserve guys for after, like, because you don't get separate workers.
Yeah, and it's like there's like I often find, for me anyways, when I play with other people, they don't go for that extra worker, but I'm like, why don't we go for this extra worker more? Because I find having that extra worker just gives you so much more that you can do. But I mean, I don't win this one, so maybe in terms of like if you're looking for strategy, don't do that as a strategy because I don't think it's a solid one. But I also don't know how to like
worker, but she doesn't win.
Yeah, I also skip the winter part of it and don't even make the wine. I just, keep growing it. So, yeah, I'm probably not the person to ask on how to win this game. But I love the theme, and I would really like how to get better at it. Like those little glass beads that you put over the little grapes to track, the age of your wine and stuff. If it was any other game, that component piece would annoy me because it just feels very cheap, but I don't know what it is in this game. You just put it over there and it just makes it bubble. And I don't know if it's like the like connotation with wine and kind of like your, the body of wine when the wine sticks to it. It's got some connections to me that it really works.
It works. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, this is a neat one. My friend made me, like, he made homemade wines and he printed viticulture labels to put on it. So I have viticulture wine bottles that we're never drinking this. This is like, but yes, I loved it.
That's amazing. That's a good friend.
Yeah, that's a good friend. I own like a quarter of this collection now. They keep selling me games.
Oh, who's that?
Slyle.
Oh, yeah.
Funny. All right. My number 95 is Viscount of the West Kingdom. I want to point out, I've never used the term Viscount for a long time because that's not a commonly used term nowadays. So I would pronounce it the way I would read it. So if you watch any of my past episodes and I talk about this game, I called it Viscount. So, but the S is silent for some reason. Whatever. So Viscounts of the West Kingdom. And I finally played this one because I have the whole trilogy of the West Kingdom. and I think I have the whole trilogy of the North Kingdom now. So then I'm kind of like, I'm gonna have to get them all. This one, if I'm remembering correctly, this is one where you have like, first of all, like you have like this almost rondel thing, like you're going around the board, and depending on if you're on like the inner or the outer, what you're activating, because you can kind of go into the map and activate some of those things, and you can kind of move back on the outer edge and activate different things, which was really interesting because you're like, hey, what are you deciding? Plus there's like the middle portion there where you're putting kind of workers into it, and then as the game progresses, you can kind of develop them and move them further in, and then like the better things that you can do until you can get in the middle. When I played this with Carla, she dominated that. Like I was hardly on there at all. But this was also one where you had cards that would go in and kind of push out as well. Am I remembering that right? Did you play this one?
I've not played that one. I'm trying to figure out which one of these series I have played. I think I played Paladins.
Okay. So if I remember correctly, the card mechanism, like an Amber Leaf, was in this game as well. So
like the card dancing.
Yeah. So it does something as it comes in, and it does something as it went out, and then it was that aspect was kind of really interesting as well. So the whole thing was very neat. I've only played it the one time. We played it this year because I just recently acquired this game. I'm saying that like within the last year. That's recent for me. So some point within the last year, I acquired this game. We played it. It was really interesting. And like there was so much kind of going on. And you could kind of get cards at the different levels. Like it was really neat. But the card activation, like the Amber Leaf, the card dancing thing, was so interesting.
And well, I guess, yeah, because we played my copy of Amber Leaf. So you played this one and then this one.
Yeah.
Sorry, you played this one and then Amber Leaf.
I played Amber Leaf recently, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so that's my super surprised.
Yeah, I haven't played really any of those, and I know you and Carla talk. Well, Carla talks more about them, but the one that I played was Scholars. I played Ashley's Scholars, and I'm really surprised at how different the boards looked. For some reason, I thought they'd all be really similar.
Different. Like, from game to game, it changes the feel of the game quite a bit. Like being that it's part of a trilogy, it's like in artwork only. Because like the South series so far have been very different. The North Kingdom one, like they're more like, I think it has to do with theme, because like the North Kingdom was more like the Vikings.
Yeah, and I played Raiders. I had that one for a while.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think the South one kind of went more like almost Asian theme.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
So it kind of changes the theme, but there's 3 complete different games for each one. And then I guess the next one that's going to be coming is the East Kingdom series.
Okay.
Come next. So, yeah.
Cool. Yeah, that looks very interesting. And yeah, I think I do remember when you talked about like having played Emberleaf that you did say it was similar, that card dancing thing you'd talked about this. So that's yeah, I would definitely want to try this one because I like Emberleaf and I like that card dancing mechanism.
Well, give me a couple of months when my board game collection's unpacked and we can play it.
Yes. I'll add it to the Excel sheet.
There you go. Yeah, Kayla keeps a track of, like, every time we talk on the podcast, I want to play that one. And she like keeps a track on the spreadsheet so that when we get together, it's like, hey, this is the games you said you wanted to play. Let's play them. And I'm glad you're there to keep us honest because we would forget.
Well, it's so hard, right? Because you're just in the moment, and what do you do, right? Like, unless you're going to sit there with a piece of paper and write them all down. But then what?
Yeah, I would lose a piece of paper. That's what I would do.
Yeah, me too.
It's like, you make a list on a piece of paper for your grocery list, and then you leave it on the counter.
Yeah.
That's me.
Yep.
All right. Number 94. And your number 94 is...
Yes, my number 94 is Tiny Epic Vikings. So this one we played, myself, you, and Travis. We did a Tiny Epic sort of what do you call that? Not campaign.
Marathon.
Marathon. Thank you. Yeah. You're not on Mel's Board Game Room unless you forget a word. Stumble.
See, it happens. It happens.
Yeah. So we played through all of the tiny epics, and one of them we played was Tiny Epic Vikings. So this is one of the ones where I really liked it, and I want to play it again. But in terms of how it's played, I know that there was a lot of Vikinginess where you're sailing around on your ship and you're pillaging things, and you're gaining resources, which give you different abilities on your cards. And then kind of as you expand, the more you expand, you have like a little bit of like an engine that gets built up, and then you have these Viking powers and chain effects, and you can do more and more as you kind of go along if you are playing it properly. And then I think this one, didn't it have something where you, and maybe I'm confusing it with another game, does this have anything to do with when you kill your Vikings, something good happens?
I don't recall something good happen. Like this has a very strong area control aspect to it, because whoever had the most control of an island own the rune of that island. And if you ever lose the majority, then you lose that rune and it went to somebody else. But you would collect cards, you would have runes, and then there was a god associated with each runes. And you would kind of get benefits or points depending on which one you had the majority of. Like you would get kind of the benefits. So it was really all about strategizingly putting yourself out there to kind of control the most island, to collect the most rune, and then cards so that you would get more runes for that as well. Like that was a big part of it.
I think when I started, I was like, I don't think I'm going to like this. And then as we got towards the end, I was like, I get it. And so it's one of those ones where I'm like, I got to the end and I was like, oh, I would have done this so much differently. And yeah, so it's definitely one that, towards the end, I kind of was like, yeah, this one's good. This one's good. But I need to play it. I definitely need to play it again. And yeah, I feel like some of these like top 100 ones are more like, those ones that kind of scratch an itch and you're like, I need to figure it out more. Maybe less so than it being actual top 100, but it's just like, oh yeah, I'd play that one before I'd play that one because I really need to figure that one out.
Yeah, no, this was interesting. And then like the tiny epic games all kind of do something different or introduce something different. This I think is the first one that had like an actual player board, like that you unfolded. Because everything else was cards that you put out on the table. So they'll find like every time they bring something new, like the Cthulhu one had the spinner that they hadn't used before. Like they kind of bring in something new with each one. And this was the first tiny epic that had a game board. But yeah, it was a neat one. Lots of components, but it was satisfying play. Yeah. Great. So that was number 94, Tiny Epic Vikings. My number 94 is Hive. This one is this is like the perfect game to bring out if you want to play outside without having to worry about the wind, without having to worry about if it's going to get wet or anything, because you have these really nice clunky tiles that you play. So we played this. I remember it was like after Malcon, I come home and I'm like, okay, I'm ready to play like so many more games now that it's like it warms me up for games. And me and Lee sat on the patio and then we played Hive and he slaughtered me. But this is like a really interesting 2-player strategy game. And you have all these different insect tiles that you're going to be placing, and each one do something different. And the goal is you're trying to surround the other person's bee without having your bee surrounded. And you can surround the other person's bee like with your own tiles, with their own tiles, because I have accidentally surrounded my own bee before, forgetting this when I was playing with my brother. But like the spider will move like 3 spaces. The ant can move anywhere, but it stays on the outside. The grasshopper can jump over in straight lines. You have the beetle that can kind of jump on top of them and hold a piece in place so it can't be moved. And on your turn, you're either going to move one of the tokens or you're going to add a token. And when you add a token, you need to add it to your color. So you're either the black tiles or the white tiles, but you have to add where it's touching one of your own tiles. And then you can kind of start maneuvering, trying to surround the other player's B. But it's just a neat chess-like strategy game that's plays so quick, so satisfying. There's like a dish, like extra, like this isn't a picture, that was mine because I don't have ladybugs in mine. But like, so there's extra tiles that you can get, like expansion that has like 2 extra tiles. To me, I'd be like, who cares? But you know, if you like kind of to add a little bit more variety, definitely that's an option. But this is just one that's so satisfying. We pull this one often, and that is Hive, my number 94.
Nice. I have not played that one, but yeah, you and Carla talk about it often, and yeah, it's on my want to play list for sure. How
long is your want to play list?
Oh my gosh, it's pretty long. Yeah, if you and Carla would stop talking about games, that would help. But yeah,
that would help. Probably not gonna happen, but
no.
All right, we're on number 93, and your number 93 is
Swordcrafters. So yes, you introduced me to this one. I admittedly did not think I was going to like this one. I was like, this seems really gimmicky. And look, I'm having fun. Look at me having fun. The wine might have something to do with it.
I thought that was the perfect picture.
And I might even be wearing this. Oh no, I'm wearing my black hat. I was like, I might even be wearing the same hat. Yeah, so in this one here, you're literally building a sword out of, and you can kind of see that it's out of cardboard tiles. So they have like little slots in them, and they fit left and right, front and back on this sword. And so there's these, you can kind of see the center of there's cards that are, or tiles that are laid out, and they kind of get moved around, and you're going to want to choose a group of them to claim. And I think there is also some way that the choosing order happens too, isn't there?
Well, it's an ice split you choose.
Yes.
So the first person will split them into 2. Then the next person's going to split one of those section into 2. And like you keep splitting these portion into 2. And then you select one of the portion. And I think it kind of changed on who picks first. But yeah.
I was trying to remember. I was like, there's something that happened with these tiles, and yes, that was it. Yeah, so you got to split them, which was kind of different. I don't know if I played anything like with the I split you choose on the table like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you keep kind of going up, and you're wanting to get, matching colors and things on certain sides or opposite sides, and then at the end of it, once you finish your sword, it's based on sword length, matching symbols, and then you have bonus cards too, right?
Yeah.
And basically the person with the most impressive sword wins. No euphemisms. Literally, it's a sword.
That's not where my mind went. But yeah, no, it was such an interesting game, like, because I played this the first time with Michael, and I'm like, what is this? And we played it, and I'm like, I need this. And I found a store in Montreal that had it and had them deliver it to me, but it was just like, okay, I need this.
Yeah, it's surprisingly good.
Yeah, right? It doesn't look like it would be. It looks like a kid's game. Like, it looks like a kid's game.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah. No, it's neat. All right, my number 93 is Pay Dirt. My boys were in love with Gold Rush Alaska. And they would watch Gold Rush Alaska all the time when that series was on. And we watched it again and again. In fact, we had a gravel pile in the yard that they would mine. And my mother-in-law would come over and she would throw all the loonies and toonies in there so they would find money. But they would take like pie tins and then they would pan for gold, and to the point where it's like, oh, well, do you want to bring friends over? It's like, no, we don't want them to come over. They don't know how to mine. They'll wreck it. So we never spread that gravel because they played on it so much. But Pay Dirt is basically Gold Rush Alaska, the board game. And I bought this secondhand. I'd never heard anything about it. Just kind of like heard Pay Dirt. And I'm like, what? Okay, we gotta. But you have these dirt tiles and there's different quality of dirt, right? You can have like bare land dirt. You can have promising dirt and you can have rich dirt. And you're going to be kind of bidding on these location that you can dig the dirt, and then you get that and you put your dirt tiles depending on the amount, like the different type of dirts that you have. Then it's a worker placement game and you got a bunch of your miners, and then you can use your miners to move the dirt through the material because it's going to go first through the excavator because you got to dig the dirt up. Then you're going to make it go through the loader to carry the dirt to your wash. Was it your wash? I forget what it's called now, but your like wash bin thing. And then it goes through, washes the dirt to pull the gold out. And then when the dirt comes out, you flip the tile over and you see how many gold nuggets is on there. And then you get to collect those gold nuggets. And you can also bid for better equipment because every time you move dirt through there, it creates wear and tear on your thing. So you got to put like a damage token on it. And eventually you're going to have to send a worker to fix it up. But you can get better equipment and you would put a tile that moves the dirt a lot faster. So instead of having to move 3 spaces through it, it'll do it in 1 and then it moves through. So then it's like, okay, this is a much more efficient machinery, right? And then you can hire new staff so you get more workers. And then some of those staff will have special ability. One of them is like, well, they're twins. And then always you hire one staff, but you get 2. Or one is like, well, he gets a lot, like he has like a lot of, I don't know, kind of connections. So you get to acquire land cheaper or different things like that. And to win the game is whoever has the most gold nuggets at the end of the game wins. Now, if you ever need more money, because you get some income, but if you ever need more money, you can sell your gold to get money so you have more money to bid on stuff, but you're going to have less gold nuggets now, right? You're kind of giving up the points for the cash. But the whole thing is so interesting. It is so thematic, so thematic. And my boys absolutely adored this game because it was Gold Rush Alaska. And that is my number 93, Pay Dirt.
Nice. Yes, this one has been on my want to play for a long while, I think. And every time you bring it up, I'm like, oh, yeah, I want to play that. I don't think Carla hasn't played this one, has she?
I don't think she has. No.
Yeah.
This year I played it because my friend and her kids were over and I got talking about it. And then she called me up. She's like, so Case has been talking about that game you mentioned and he really wants to play it. Can we come and play? It's like, yes, of course. So they came over so that they could play Pay Dirt. And yeah, it was neat. Perfect. So we're on to number 92. We're just flying through these. So what is your number 92?
My number 92 is another Tiny Epic. It's Tiny Epic Western, which is a mashup, I believe, of worker placement and poker. So each of you are going to start out with poker cards being dealt out. And then there's going to be there's kind of like this, I don't know, like a wheel, like a wagon wheel. And and it's set up with different locations. There's 6, I think, locations, and then in between each of those locations, there's gonna be a poker card. So you can see in the picture here, I don't know what the yellow one is, but let's call it the saloon. And then next to it is a poker card. So those get played in between each of the locations, and then you have a poker card as well. I think you get 2, and then you have to choose one to keep. And then you're going to do your worker placement. Your workers, you're going to place them in different spots on the town. And you can do things like gain like reputation or influence, money, resources, or you can buy buildings. And if somebody already occupies the space, you can still go there, but then that triggers a duel. So that adds another aspect to it. And then once everybody's placed your workers, then the poker cards, you reveal your poker cards, and then for each location, the players combine their poker cards with the cards that are at the spot that you're
on either side.
Yeah, that you're because you go around the little wagon wheel, and then whoever wins the hand for that, something good happens.
Because it all depends to where you've placed your workers. So some locations is like you get immediate rewards, while some is the winner of the poker hand is going to get the reward.
Yes.
So, and then depending on positioning as well, then you can acquire buildings because there's building available to acquire each round as well.
Yeah, and that's kind of one you kind of need to know how to play poker, just a little bit, because that one was a little bit of a struggle for me, because I'm like, I have 2 pairs, and does a 2 pair?
Well, and it's like it's a 2-hand poker, so it's not even like true poker.
No.
But yeah, like, I mean, there's player aids that helps you figure it out. But yeah, it's always
definitely.
Like, do I have a good hand here?
There was a couple times where I'm like, oh yeah, I got this, and then I'm like, oh no, I don't got this, because I can't remember what it was. Like, again, this is me showing that I don't know poker, but it would be something along the lines of, I have 2. Or let's say I have a king, and I'm like, oh yeah, I have a king, I'm good, because it's 2-handed poker. But then Travis has like a pair of 2s, and pairs beat high card, and so I'm like, so I was all good and thought, like, I'm golden. I have a king. Like, who's gonna beat that? But yeah,
Travis
yeah, Travis will, because he knows how to play poker. Yeah, I really like this one. I'm surprised that I like the theme of it. I don't know what it is. Travis also introduced me to Western Legends, and I had to go out and buy it. It also has like a high like poker component to it, and I don't know what it is. I really like the theme. I live rural, out in the middle of nowhere, and I am like not about that theme in terms of living. But the game, I really like the theme of the game. So I was surprised with this one too. The Western Legends ones, I was like, I just like the mechanics. Like, it's kind of cool. I like the mechanics. And then this one, I was like, oh, maybe it's a little bit more than the mechanics. It might be a little bit the theme.
Yeah, I really like this one. There's just something about it. It's one of my favorite Tiny Epic games, which I think for a lot of people it's not. But the Tiny Epic Western is just, there's something about it I really enjoy.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Wonderful. So that was your number 92. My number 92 is Park Life.
Oh, nice.
And now I bought the deluxe version, so it came in a little stuffy that you can put the game inside of, which I'm never going to, like, I have them out as a decoration or whatever, but I'm never going to put a stuffy on my shelf, So, but the box is great. This was a very interesting game as well. because you're like selling based on the season, and so that kind of starts the suit. So it's like either, oh, it's rainy, so we're selling umbrellas, or it's, it's like it's windy, so then it's kites, that's the high suit, or different things like that. And you have a worm that gives you like a +5, so you score +5 to your total of what you get. And then if you win, then you flip your worm over to the +2 side. So it gets harder, and because you get less of a bonus, but it's kind of an interesting catch-up mechanism, right? Like as you're getting better, like you're winning, it gets harder to win. So it makes it a bit more even. And then once you win with the +2 worm, then you have no worm and you got to win one more time. Now there's two versions of Park Life. There's the Hedgehog one, and there's the people one. And I thought they were just the same game with just reskin, but I think someone was explaining to me that the Park Life was a little bit, kind of have a little bit more kind of a tricky aspect to it. So I think it's a little bit different. I haven't played the person one yet, just the Hedgehog edition one. And I think it's just adorable. And it's a trick-taking game, so I'm in for that.
Right.
And there's something different about it, and then you think I could remember, and I don't remember what it was. That's gonna bug me now.
So,
but
because you have the little hedgehog one, does the people one come with it when you get the deluxe?
I don't think there's a little person. No, there's not a little person.
No. I mean, like, does the person version, like the person Park Life, come with it? Like, have you just not played the person one?
I just haven't played it. It came with my Kickstarter, but this was a Kickstarter, so I don't know if you purchased the Park Life Hedgehog Deluxe retail.
Right.
I don't know if that's gonna come with it, but
that's what I was asking. If it came with the Kickstarter, that the people one came with it, not if you had a tiny people that you shoved it into.
There's not a little person stuffy to put it in. Okay, let me just read up. I kind of brought it up in here just to see what was different with it. About careful timing, profiting from the opportunity, and adapting the other player strategy. Park Life has 5 weather-based suits, but customers are savvy, so only the merchant with the lowest price will make the sale. The lowest value card on suit wins the trick, but it is, because whoever has the lowest card wins the tricks, but it also, you have to discard then that many cards out of your hand. And so you might not play all the tricks because you're discarding cards as you go as well. Right. It was a really interesting spin on a trick-taking game.
Yeah.
Because you kind of want to win, because low cards is not going to give you very much points, but you're going to win with it. But you're trying to win with a high card, but you don't want to do that too soon, because then you're discarding a lot of cards. And you have less in your hands to win tricks as well. Like, it had a really interesting, neat trick to it, right? So, it was super cool. But Park Life. I know it's like there's something about this that I'm forgetting, and that's what it was. Yeah, because you start with and you may not get to keep all the cards to play them all. So it was kind of an interesting, like, okay, well, I want to play low, but low is not going to give you many points. So you want to try to get a high card in there, because you need to have a certain amount to win the round. Like, you want try to get the higher score. But then if you play a high card too soon, and it's harder to win with a high card, but if you win with a high card too soon, you're discarding way too much. Like, it was so interesting. It's just a really neat game. Or maybe it's the lower card that discarded more. Like, it was just a super cool game.
Yeah. No, that sounds super interesting. That surprises me that they're, that's, yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to play this one.
We definitely, yes, I'll add it to the Excel sheet.
That sounds good. All right, so that was my number 92, Park Life. And then last one for this installment, number 91. And we'll start with you, Kayla. You have
Yes, my number 91 is Lords of Waterdeep. So this is kind of my like Travis's Five Tribes. Like I don't dislike this game, but I was like kind of shocked that it ended up on my top 100 list. Definitely was not expecting this one. Because yeah, I don't overly remember, but it was one of those games, you know, where you're like sitting down to play it, and I played it at Car Treat, and it sort of went on forever.
Oh, really?
Yes, and so I think that it didn't have to, and so I want to play it again because then there was like some other stuff happening, and then I got kind of confused in the middle, and then at the end I was like, okay, and then again I was kind of like, okay, I got to play this again. So I think my "gotta play this again" definitely won out on my pub meeple here on this one for sure, because I know at the start you get quest cards and some gold, and you have your workers, and then you're going to place your workers onto an open space on the board, and I can't remember where the open spaces are or what they do. So, like, cool story. But it should be a short game because it's only 8 rounds, and you're
Only
assigning
eight
your
rounds.
workers to these little spaces, and then you're doing that to get more gold and recruit people and things, and then when you have the most recruited things, you win. But it's more complicated than that, I'm sure. Yeah, and I know that you're gaining buildings or you're buying buildings, which give you benefits or multipliers for your victory points. Yeah, and like I said, it definitely shouldn't have been as long as it was, so it just kind of drug out, and it kind of lost me there in the middle, and then I kind of came back at the end, and I was like, "Oh, this is good," but it's like a D&D themed world,
D&D,
which was kind of
yeah.
why I jumped into it. So yeah,
Lords of Waterdeep was like my gateway game. This is like once I got into the hobby, this is one of the first game I played, and I'm like, whoa. And it was so good because it's worker placement. So you have on the board the different spot that you can go, and you're going to collect resources or the resources, their cube. I think they're called like your agents or whatever. But so you can get black cubes, purple cubes, white cubes, and so on. And you need to collect these cubes because your quest cards have different cubes requirement to fulfill them. So
right,
once you get the
yes,
right amount of cube, you can complete the quest, and then the quest will give you points. It could give you an ongoing ability. It could give you gold. It could give you like different rewards. And then there's also the buildings that you can acquire. And then once you have the building, that gives you a new spot that you can use as a worker placement. Everybody has access to it, but whoever owns that building gets a benefit if people use it. So maybe you go there, you get 4 gold, but I get 1 gold, or different things
right.
like that. So there's different aspect. But I found this one was so, I don't know, is there something about it? I think I really enjoy collecting resource to fulfill orders. I think that's kind of type of mechanism that I really enjoy. And this one does it really well. And then you have like these intrigue cards where you can play, and they could give like a mandatory quest. It's like, yeah, I know you're collecting all these cubes to do this, but here's a mandatory quest. You need to do this one first. It's
Yes,
like,
yes,
oh,
yeah. Yeah,
yeah.
no, and yeah, see now as you're talking about it, I'm like, oh yes, 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 and that sounds and I think it was either you or Carla when I went to sign up for it, and you're like, oh yeah, no, that one's not long. That'll be like no, like it'll be quick.
Carla
No.
says that about every game, and she's always wrong.
Yeah, no, it was not quick, but I feel like knowing it better now, I think it would go better.
Mm, yeah.
I don't
Like
know,
I
maybe
don't
I was the
remember
problem.
this being a game that drags that long. And yeah, it plays in 8 rounds, so it's always going to be 8 round. Of course, if you're playing full player count to lower player count, that's going to change things as well. But yeah, I love this game. And then after the movie Dungeons and Dragons came out, then I was like, oh, let's play it again. Like I went on a D&D themed game kick there for a bit. So great pick
Yeah.
though.
Thanks. I'd feel more. We should play that one. We should put that one back on the list, and we should play that one.
Yes. Put it back. Go put
Because
it in the spreadsheet.
Yeah, I'm just gonna look up here. I'm curious what the playtime says on Board Game Geek.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I'm just gonna look it up. There it is. 2012. Holy smokes.
Yeah, it's an older one, hey?
Yeah, it says 2 hours, like 60 to 120 minutes.
Yeah. How long did it take you?
Let me look here.
Oh, you keep track of time when you track your games? I don't do that.
I have been doing. I think I did it mostly for all of 2025, and I actually really like it because it is helpful to be like, okay, when I played it with Teach, it was this long. Then when I played it the second time, it was this long. So it's definitely helps make it more accurate in terms of being able to suggest.
That's nice to know because I have no idea. Now, how do you track with time? You just got to start it and then you mark the win after, like at the end.
So I started in BG stats, and then there's like a little timer, and then I just hit start. And actually, if I forget, as soon as I open it up and add the players, what'll happen on my home screen is I have it pop up, and it asks me if I want to track the time, and then I can start it right from my home screen. Actually.
Nice. Okay. Because I don't think I've ever used a timer portion. Board Game Stats is amazing. Amazing.
I absolutely love it. I was shocked at that the inventory that you could add it on the inventory where it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna have like board game reorganization party, and then put in an inventory, and then I'll have like yearly inventory week where I
that's fun.
Everything. Because then that'll be so useful to know exactly where the game is.
Well, exactly, yeah, where you can just like look it up and just like bam, that's where it is. Or I know it's here somewhere, but yeah. It took us
walking around. Like, okay, it's somewhere. Where is it?
Yeah, well, now it's going to be even more complicated because your office is upstairs. So then if it's upstairs in your office because you were using it for a video or you have it up there because you have a lot of games in your office, then you're going to be like, well, is it downstairs? Is it in the guest room? Is it in the main space? Is it in my office? Where is it?
Well, I'm thinking the office would be more like games to review, so I won't have like a permanent spot here. So games that in the office should go back downstairs. So, and because I'm in the office every day, I should be able to kind of visually see. Oh yeah, that one is in my office. Hopefully, we'll see. We got extra shelves to put in the closet downstairs as well, so I'll get like 3 rows of shelves in there instead of what we had, so we should have more space. So, which is probably a mistake. It's like it's a mistake, but all right. My number 91, and this is my last game for this installment, and it is Smallworld. Smallworld was on my top 9 games that we should love but don't. I played this one time, a long time ago. I read the rules and played it, and I was like, this is a terrible game. We did a top 9 games of games we did not like, and this one was on my list. And then my neighbor says, hey, I bought this game, but I can't figure it out. Will you teach it to me? And it was Smallworld. And I was like, yes, of course. I would say there isn't a game out there that I will adamantly say, no, I am not playing this.
Oh, I have.
If you bring a game and you ask me, I will play it. Fine, I will play it. I will grumble internally, maybe externally a little bit, especially if it's Risk. But I will play it. So I relearned Smallworld. We played it, and it was so good. Make a liar out of me. So it's also made it on my top 9 games we didn't love, but now we didn't like, but now we love. So
right.
But I played this game the first time like Risk. This is an area control game, and it kind of sucked because this isn't like Risk.
Yeah.
This game, you got to play with the intent of letting your people go and switching into the next thing. Like you're kind of maximizing what you can do with them, and then you trade it off to a new, because you get like a species with an ability, or so it could be like the human sorcerers, and then you're gonna go to the orc ninjas or whatever, like, and it's kind of random of what the combination is going to be, but they all do something different, and you kind of spread because you score at the end of each round. So great, I'm collecting all of this, I'm scoring now, and now as like they're taking over, maybe you're losing some of the places you had. They'd be like, okay, no problem. We're switching to a new race. I get more. And then you can start spreading some more. And then you score at the end of each round. So it doesn't matter if they take all over, as long as you respread and try to regain some of the points. And I was playing it like Risk, where you were just trying to get, like more of the map instead of more points each round. So when you play Smallworld appropriately, it's really good. It's unfortunately it's really good. So I'm eating crow here, but yeah, because I went on about how much I dislike this game for years. I gotta say, like, I need to be kind of clear. I've only played this once. I don't know if I enjoyed it. Like Feast of Odin, I've only played it once, and I did not like it. So, is it in the same boat? We'll never know. Until somebody.
We'll never know. Yeah.
But yes, we replayed Smallworld, and turns out, who knew, it's actually really, really good. But yeah, so you've played this one?
No, I have not played that one. I have almost played it twice, and then we ended up playing something else. So yeah, I like area control, so that would be that would be something I'd be interested in playing for sure.
Yeah, no, it is worth it. As much as I thought, like.
And I made it to 91, not even like 99, 91 on your top 100.
I know. And it's like, oh my God, that's like, it's almost like it's embarrassing to say, just because of how much I poo-pooed over this game. Like, I trashed this game hard, but because it was such a bad first play, but it was early when I first got into the hobby. Nobody else knew how to play. I was trying to teach and learn it, and it was like, okay, well, it's like Risk and playing. It's like, come on, this sucks. But yeah, no, it doesn't. It's actually really good. Perfect. So this was our first installment of our top 100 games played during 2025. And we'll come back and do the next 10. I think we're going to try to do it once a week, like post them once a week. Yeah. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. Kayla's a volunteer firefighter, so she could be called out at any time, so we never know.
I actually did panic a little bit about that. I was like, I wonder if I should turn my thing off, and I was like, yeah. It's like it's an app that we have, so I always I'm always scared that if I turn it off, then I'm gonna break it, and then when I get a call, it's not gonna go out, because that did happen when I first joined the department. So I'm not hardcore in any means. I just
Well, anything happens. Once when me and Travis did this list, we did a whole episode where the microphone was dead. Yeah. We had to re-record it also.
Yeah, it's nice because we can hear each other, and I can see there's a little red thing up there that says recording, so that's helpful.
Yes, exactly. Then we can see if it stops, and hopefully we pay attention. But yeah, so Kayla, thanks so much for doing the top 100 with me. This is the first episode out of 10, so she's still giddy about it now. Hopefully you get excited and it's not like, oh my God, what are we doing?
Well, this one was like, I was kind of like, holy smokes, like I like Lords of Waterdeep. I'm like, I don't know how to play this. And I was kind of looking it up, and I'm like, I don't remember very much at all. And I'm looking at pictures, and none of them showed the little cubies, so I'd completely forgotten about that. I was like, I don't remember any of this.
And it happens, like when you play so many games, like some games I remember I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Like Park Life, I completely forgot that you discard. That makes the game. And I was like, hey, I remember Park Life was amazing. Why was it amazing?
Yeah, you know, it can't just come on here. I don't think people would listen if you're just like, you know what? This game had good vibes.
Yeah.
Next.
And
Let's do the next one.
Difference, right? Like, yeah, right. But I mean, like, that makes a big difference. If you have a pleasant experience playing the game, like it has a good feel for the game, right? Like it could be a crappy game, but we had so much fun with it that it's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, Kayla, like, let's talk a little bit about you just before we end all of this. Because we've been friends for how many years now?
How many years have we been friends?
Because I was already in Acme, wasn't I?
No, you were just moving to Acme. We met over the concession counter at Gobfest, and I was like, oh yeah, I'd like to have some like gamer friends. I just moved out to the middle of nowhere, and you're like, I'm moving to the middle of nowhere. Where are you moving? And you're like, Acme, and I'm like, I don't think that's that far from me. I'm like, that's only an hour. That's totally doable. Yeah, because you were just moving to Acme.
Yeah. Because I remember, like, at the concession, and I was like, oh, she's kind of close. Because I was worried. Moving to Acme, I'm going to have nobody to play games with.
Yeah.
Acme's population, 650 people. It's small. Kayla's, where she lives, is even smaller.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's, and, yeah.
And it's still, what, like an hour drive for you to come to Acme?
Yes, yeah. So, yeah, it's almost exactly an hour.
Yeah.
Yeah, the population for me, this is based on a 2023 census, is 79.
You don't even have 100. Oh
no.
My God.
No.
That is small.
Yeah.
So we're a village. Are you even a village?
Oh, no. We lost our village status like even like forever ago. We're part of a county.
Right. Nice.
Yeah.
But yeah. And at the time I was like, poor Kayla. I forced my friendship on her, but I think you weren't finding me too much. So.
No, not at all. Not at all. No.
And when did you say you got in the hobby?
I think I really started, it would have been in 2019. Well, maybe I would say I dabbled a little bit 2017, 2018. My spouse and I, we lived in Lethbridge, and there was a board game cafe that opened up called Round Table Board Gamery. And so we went there, and, you know, we'd play a few games. We'd play, you know, they had started out with a pretty small collection too. So we played like Forbidden Desert was one where we're like, ooh, like it's a co-op, right? And we really liked co-op games. My spouse is not overly competitive, so was like a little bit hesitant dipping their toes into board games, but Pandemic definitely helped because that's a co-op for sure. And yeah, and then we started playing more there at Round Table, and they had season passes, so yeah, we kind of got into that. And then we moved in 2019 into Edmonton, and we lived near Alberta Avenue. We were like a couple blocks away, so when they had Gobfest, like we could walk down to we could walk down to the community center there where they host it, and so yeah, we walked down and then regretted it when we came home with all these games, and we're like, oh, we're gonna carry these all home. I'm just gonna go get the car and then come back. So we had to go get the car to bring our games home. Yeah, and that really like sort of took us into a little bit deeper dive at what board gaming is and BG stats. That's the first time I heard of the BG stats and tracking plays. So that was kind of 2019 when I started tracking plays, and yeah, just kind of from there, kind of added more and more to the collection. And I think probably more like when I met kind of this gaming group here, like meeting you and Ashley and Carla for sure, gives me more people to play with. Because my spouse really lovingly plays board games with me, but I think new board games is definitely not their jam. So if I'm like, do you want to play this game 6 times? They're like 100%. Like, I will play that game 6 times. But I'm like, okay, how about this one? And they're like, okay. Like, gotta learn the rules. And they're like, that's good.
Now.
yeah. Like, I have diatomes up here, and they really like diatomes. But we've played it once, and I'm like, okay, how about this new one? So, yeah, they were just in Calgary today, actually, and they picked me up Propolis?
Oh, Propolis.
Propolis. I have no idea. Like, looking at this, what would you say the theme? What would you say the theme of this is?
I'm gonna say map building.
Right? Okay. Do you know what it's about? It's about bees. And look, he put it on backwards. It's wrong.
No, oh my god, that's my pet peeve.
Yeah. So, like, if you look at it now, and I tell you that the theme is bees.
No, I still don't see it. Oh, maybe because you can see the little roof things are.
Yeah, the little hives. Yeah. So I kind of like passed it over. Actually, Ashley was selling it, and I messaged her. I was like, "Hey, this is about bees. Yeah, I'll buy that." And she's like, "Oh, it's already gone." But I had put it in the comments on the Calgary swap and whatever.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I guess the guy bought it. He didn't love it, so he's like, "Hey, I seen you posted on Ashley's thing. Do you want this game?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do." So it's Ashley's copy, but third hand to me.
Twice removed.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Yeah. All right. Well, that's great. Maybe we'll make this list, but you'll have to tell us.
No, not this one. Yes.
Sounds good. So thank you so much for tuning in, everybody. So we're going to be back next week with our next installment from 90 to 81. And I mean, we've already had great games in this one, so I'm excited to see what else is in your list. I'd say that like I didn't put the presentation together and I don't already know, but I forget. That's the beauty of a short memory. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in. Bye, everybody.
Bye.